Greetings, this is Vlodril and welcome back to Let's Play Lamplight City. We just got a new case. Case 4 is about to start, basically.
Those look nice, but given the choice, I'll always side with pie over cake.
Me too. I'm not a huge fan of cake.
A bunch of assorted baking products. Don't
And I won't go to the whole
Miles. We got a murder
meme.
to solve. Well, I never had much of a sweet tooth, but even I'd consider buying some of this stuff. You know, if I were still alive. Minor detail, I know.
Have you got time for a few more questions, Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, of course.
That's quite an outfit.
What can you tell me about your brother?
Ronan was the best brother anyone could have asked for. He took care of me after our parents died. Carriage accident. I was only 9 and he was 13. Ronan went out and found work and managed to support the both of us. He was just a child himself, but he kept us out of the gutter. Or worse, the workhouse.
How did you hear of his death?
Ronan comes by to visit me every day after he finishes work. When he didn't come for 2 days in a row, I got worried. I went to his apartment, but he wasn't there. So I made a report to the police. Yesterday, they contacted me and asked me to come to the mortuary.
I'm terribly sorry for your loss, Mrs. Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Fordham. Please, find whoever did this to him. Ronan deserved so much better.
It's actually rather sad.
What do you know about your brother's murder?
Only what the police told me. He was shot at close range outside that pub in the Chum. Nothing was missing, and his wallet had money in it, so they said it wasn't a robbery. I didn't recognize the clothes he was wearing. I had never seen them before, and they were far too big for him. I still can't believe he's gone. He was the only family I had left.
Dr. Edwards at the mortuary might be able to give us some more detailed information. The only thing we'll get out of this one is more tears.
Well, her brother died, dude. Come on.
What sort of life did Ronan lead?
You know, just normal. He'd go to work, come visit me afterwards, and go home. He didn't have much of a social life. At least he never mentioned any friends to me. I always hoped Ronan would meet a nice girl to settle down with, but he was so shy, you know.
Where did Ronan work?
At the Grips Home Taxidermy Shop in Gascon. I always thought it was rather macabre work, but he enjoyed it. Bit lonely, though.
I always found that creepy. But, you know, to each his own, I guess.
Can you give me the address of Ronan's apartment?
It's at 1172 Bushmill Street. I have a spare key.
That would be most helpful. Thank you. So, this is your bakery.
My husband Gerald and I have had it for almost 10 years.
Is it just the two of you? Do you have any children?
Alas, no. Some extra hands would be most welcome in the kitchen, but we haven't yet been blessed. It's such a shame that Ronan never got to be an uncle.
What are your thoughts on the outcome of the election?
Oh, I haven't given it much thought, to be honest. It hardly seems to matter now.
Yes, of course. My apologies for bringing it up. Those are all the questions I have for now.
All right, Mr. Fordham.
I'm still not sure if the election will actually play a role or something. We'll see. Oh, alright. Let's check his apartment first.
Quite the collection of exotic items in
Nice.
here. Ronan appears to be a seasoned world traveler.
Or
Wow.
at least knows someone who is.
From what the sister told us, he goes to work, he goes visit here, and he goes home, that's it. Gems are rather nice masks and helmets. And I can't click on them, too bad. I see something, yeah.
This one is scarier than the other masks. Wait a moment. I think I saw something shiny in the back of the mouth.
I saw it too.
How about that? A perfect hiding place for a key.
Oh, guessing the keys for that. Actually, I've seen one of those in real life. They're not really popular here. And it was a long time ago. Okay.
Some kind of owl mask. The hair looks incredibly familiar. This mask looks African. You should try it on. It'd be an improvement. Just looking at this painting is making me feel seasick. Now to find out what Mr. Lespay finds so precious.
And I guess we should have checked that first to see that it was locked.
This one appears to be from Emily.
Okay.
Looks like you found Ronan's journal. Perhaps this will be able to give us some more insight into what he was up to before he died.
Let's see. June 17th, 1843. Someone brought in a rare big-eared hopping mouse from Australia yesterday. Stuffing it was quite a challenge, as the organs were difficult to remove without damaging the body. I think I'd rather not read about Ronan's taxidermy process any further. June 17th, 1843.
Well, it's
Someone
exactly the
brought
same.
in a rare big-eared stuffing
Come on.
it.
Maybe we wanted to know a specific page or something.
Model of the SS Joondalup. Looks like a merchant vessel to me. Ooh, this teacup could use a washing. I'd be surprised if it isn't permanently stuck to the desk.
I mean, yeah. Before you go out, put it in the sink or something.
They appear to be a pair of letters from Ronan's landlord.
Extension to pay this month's rent. I'll gladly give you until next month. You have always been a reliable tenant. July. But he didn't pay for the next 2 months too. So something happened in July and he was strapped for cash for the next 3 months.
Empty. Too bad. Aha. A letter from someone called Jimbo?
Next week will be a year since we met. I can honestly say my life has changed for the better in every possible way, and I will always hold July 8th as a special day in my heart. Can't wait to see you again, Jimbo. Oh, maybe he didn't like the ladies. July 8th. These things had dates, but now I can't see the dates. It would be better if it had the whole letter or a picture of the letter, because it was a July something, maybe July 2. Maybe it doesn't matter, but it's weird that you can't see it now.
Ronan's book collection mostly consists of cheap pulp adventure novels, but this top shelf looks interesting.
Secrets of the Orient. Opium use. Oh. Maybe Jimbo was Asian, or did he start getting into drugs and that's why he didn't have money? Drugs are bad, or at least, you know, some drugs are bad.
It's in another language, but it appears to be a Bible. No title, and it appears to be blank. I wonder if Ronan just kept empty books on his shelf to appear well read. No title.
Maybe it has something inside. They will need to make it appear, you know, invisible link. Turns out, Kozoguala. Okay.
No title.
Nope. Yep. Cool.
I had an illustration that looked similar to that one. I wonder where it ended up. I guess Ronan won't be realizing his world travel dreams now. Death really has a way of messing up your plans. Ronan wasn't too concerned with comfort, apparently. This is hardly bigger than a bunk at sea.
Also seems rather harsh, you know. A hard surface doesn't seem very inviting.
Ronan was...
Oh, can't check that. Is there anything else I missed? It might be the book, maybe we need to come back to that later. I don't know. It's not going away, so maybe I did miss something. I don't see anything else though. Yeah, the only thing it's that thing, I guess.
No time.
Okay. We'll come back to this. Let's go speak to the coroner.
I was beginning to wonder when you'd show up.
Well, wonder no longer. I'm here and I need to see Dr. Edwards.
Oh, I see how it is. He helped you solve a case, and now you don't have time for us lowly front desk clerks.
That's just the way it goes, Upton. Maybe next time you should pick a nicer coffee house.
Right. You know the way. Snelling isn't in today, so you're all clear.
Well, that's a relief. Thanks, Upton.
Yo.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything, Edwards.
Ah, Fordham. Always a pleasure.
Have you got time for some questions?
Of course.
Skye has such a cool outfit.
So what can you tell me about Ronan Lespay?
Caucasian male, approximately 27 years old. Died of blood loss as a result of being shot at close range. He was brought in 4 nights ago. I performed the post-mortem the following day. After that, his next of kin was contacted. I believe his sister came to identify the body.
Any personal opinions on what might have happened?
Well, the fact he was shot at such a close range would suggest it was done by someone he knew. And robbery doesn't appear to be a motive, since his wallet was found on the body with money in it. Beyond that, your guess is as good as mine.
Better, I hope.
Did the post-mortem reveal anything?
Quite a few things, actually. Mr. Lespay was extremely inebriated when the shooting took place. There was enough alcohol in his blood to presume he had been drinking for hours before his death. I also managed to remove the bullet from his heart. It's a .36 caliber lead ball, standard revolver shot. It shouldn't be too hard to match to a weapon, provided you can find it.
Cool.
Did you notice anything unusual about the clothes Mr. Lespay was wearing?
Unusual? Not really. They seemed a bit big for him, but that's all.
His sister seemed convinced that they didn't belong to him.
That's a distinct possibility, but I couldn't say for sure. He could have just been a sloppy dresser.
So no murder weapons been found?
That's right. Either the killer still has it, or the police just overlooked it. If you happen across any weapons in your investigation, be sure to bring them to me. I can tell you if it matches the bullet.
Thank you, Edwards. I'll be on the lookout.
Did they know about ballistics back then?
How's the coroner business?
Things have been pretty dead around here lately.
Don't quit your day job, Edwards. What are your thoughts on the election?
There was an election?
I think our friend Edwards needs to get out.
No one cares about the
I'll be
election.
going now, Edwards.
Take care, Fordham. And
I'm
remember,
gonna ask
not
everybody
everyone gets
about
to
it.
leave the morgue alive, so consider yourself lucky that you can.
For now, you should have had at the end. Let's see. 36 caliber. He was extremely inebriated. Or maybe he drank that Asian liquid thing.
Can we talk for a moment, Upton?
Certainly. What's on your mind?
Just want to see if she has any dialogue.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about Ronan
And ask about the
Lespay?
election, of course.
Probably nothing more than you already know. His body is in the mortuary, and the reason for his murder is unknown. I suggest you speak with Dr. Edwards.
How are things with you?
Better than last week, but plenty of feathers still ruffled around here.
What happened?
You'd have to ask. Snelling was not happy with you turning up at the Latham crime scene. There's a right inquisition around here. Snelling going around to interrogate everyone, trying to ferret out a leak.
So, he suspects.
I'm afraid so. I managed to calm him down some and divert suspicion. He thinks someone on the force is speaking to the Gazette, not to you directly.
Well, that's some kind of relief. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Oh, don't worry about me. Well, maybe worry about me a little.
That was one hell of an election, wasn't it?
That it was. I don't know how he managed it, but I'm glad Leroy won.
I can't say I agree, but I'm not really surprised. Leroy may have started as something of a dark horse. His campaign had been gaining a lot of steam leading up to the election. Pun not intended.
Yes, well, it's the Steam Tech issue that clinched it. When something like the Ligeia happens, people start to wake up and wonder if we really want contraptions like that in our lives.
Yes, we do.
I have to admit, he was playing up on people's fears. Not exactly the most honorable way of getting into office.
Fordham, since when have politics ever been honorable?
Well, she has a point there.
I'll let you get back to work.
And you'd better do the same.
But yeah, planes go down, cars, well, have accidents daily. I think cars are one of the most common ways to die right now for humans. Doesn't mean we'll stop using them. Let's go first to the place he was killed.
It's an ad for whiskey. Or perhaps paint thinner. Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference. To think, in an instant, a man's life can be reduced to some scribbles on the filthy pavement.
Now's not the time to get poetic, Bill.
What a mess.
I wonder if we can actually find a gun here. Surely they would have checked the drain.
Yesterday's rain has made the water level rise significantly. Is it just me? Or does it look like there's something resting at the bottom of the drain?
If there is, I have no way of getting to it through the drain cover.
Okay, we need to find an item.
Securely fastened, unfortunately for you. If only there was some way to undo these bolts and remove the drain cover.
Alright, find something that will unfasten the bolts.
I suppose you could do worse, as far as bar names go.
It's pretty cool.
Your mascot seems
I always
to be
liked
a raven
ravens.
with a glowing red eye.
And
Is
crows.
that meant to attract customers or to scare them off?
The Edgar Allan Poe hotel on Altered Carbon was so good.
By chum standards. Let's keep a low profile while you're in here, Miles.
So good, and the actor that did the AI was amazing. That series had a few issues, but I really liked it, especially because of the setting. And again, the hotel was just amazing. I loved it.
Doesn't look like cleaning up is high on the list of priorities around here.
Or, you know, unbroken glasses. There's also something here. No, okay.
They don't seem to have much variety in their beer selection.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Are you a pirate? Aye?
You know a man named Ronan Lespay?
Nah, never heard of him.
He was killed here 4 nights ago. The man in this ferrotype.
Oh, that one. Well, I never saw him before that night, and I didn't talk to him. You with the police or something?
No, not at all. I'm just trying to help his sister find out what happened.
So are you done with the questions? Can I get you a drink or what?
Yeah, she's a shrewd businesswoman. You at least have to give her that.
Were you working on election night?
Pal, I'm here most every night.
So that's a yes, then?
Christ on a cracker, you ain't too bright, are you? Yes, I was here on election night.
There's no need to be rude about it, madam. Tell me what you know about the murder that took place outside on election night.
Listen, chum, do you know how busy we were that night? This was a polling place. We had gents coming in and out for hours. Not to mention the regular clientele. I was up to my ass in drink orders and was running the shift all by myself. Had to break up God knows how many fights, too. So you'll excuse me if I didn't exactly notice something that happened out on the street.
It was a fucking murder.
Gunshot?
No, I did.
You're full of shit, I
Try
think.
distinguishing a gunshot over a room full of rowdy voters. It ain't gonna happen.
What can you tell me about this place?
It's a bar. People come here to drink. Sometimes people drink too much, and then they're sick all over. I get the honor of cleaning up the mess.
Sounds like you're not too pleased with your job.
I never said that. There may be rough days, but there's a lot worse I could be doing. Here, I get a place to sleep and a bit to eat and a few coins in my pocket if the customers are pleased. And you are pleased, ain't you, sir?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course I am.
Good.
You mentioned regular clientele. Who are they?
Oh, we get plenty of regulars in here. Too many to name.
Which of them were here on election night?
Let me think. I remember seeing 3 of the usual crowd. There was Darius, up to no good as always. Then there was Singin' Tom, but he wasn't around for too long. And how could I forget old Cormac? He'd have talked my ear off if I'd let him.
Sound like an interesting bunch of folks.
I wonder if they do the mouth thing because they animate the mouth opening and closing, but seem to be animating the cheeks fine, so again, I'm not sure. Still bothers me that there is a discoloration on the mouths. I have no idea. I would really like to know though.
Where might I find the landlord?
You won't find him anywhere. He doesn't come around here more than once a month.
What can you tell me about Darius?
Hey now, bucko. You've come in here asking me all these questions, but I ain't seen nothing from you. You want more information? You're gonna have to earn it.
Right. Give me a gin then.
Coming right up.
Get carried away now, Miles.
There you are. 1 gin. That'll be 2 shillings.
There's 3. Now then, about Darius.
Now that man is trouble. I've had to throw him out a few times.
Why do you say he's trouble?
His mind's affected by the poppy seed. He can be gentle as a kitten or fly into a rage at a moment's notice. When he gets rowdy, he gets chopped.
I see. Any idea where I might be able to find him?
Don't know why you'd want to find him, but I hear he spends his day at a smokehouse nearby. I believe it's on Crisparkle Lane. Just look for the door with the Oriental symbols above it.
And could you describe him to me?
He's a rough-looking sort, about 55 years old, has a scar on his left cheek, grayish hair, medium build.
Excellent. Thank you. Who is Singing Tom?
Ah, Tom. Not sure what his surname is, but he's in here about twice a week. We call him Singin' Tom because he leads the church choir.
Is that right? Which church?
Oh, I haven't a clue. Never really cared to ask.
Does he associate with any of the other regulars?
I've seen him talking with Darius a few times. They seem to be on friendly terms.
Tell me about Cormac.
He's in here most every night. Doesn't speak to many people, just me. And a right chatterbox he is, too. Between you and me, Cormac stinks. I can understand why he doesn't keep much company.
He stinks?
Aye, he's a sewer worker. Spends all his day underground in the muck, so he always reeks of shit.
I see. Any idea where specifically he works?
I believe he's at the treatment station, over near the ferry terminal.
If this is going where I think it is, then I'm especially glad I can't smell anything anymore.
We're getting a ton of information.
Have you worked here long?
13 years.
I see. Anything else you can tell me about yourself?
I ain't the friendly type.
Right. Understood. Any thoughts on the election?
Nah, couldn't care less, really. Doesn't matter who's in charge. My life ain't getting any better.
But it can certainly get worse with Leroy in office.
We'll see.
I appreciate you taking the time to chat.
This is so funny to me.
Yeah.
I will keep asking, and I like that he comments on that too. Also, without that, you're never gonna get anything better. Also, you shouldn't complain when things get worse because you didn't participate, so you don't get to complain about something. You could have done something, but didn't. Oh my god, we have so many places to go. I guess we'll go to the taxidermy shop.
Hello,
My
and welcome
God.
to the Bretagne taxidermy shop. Please let me know if I can be of service.
Is that Guy Bruce Tripwood? He kinda looks like it. So what the hell is wrong with this head? Why is it happy?
Is that supposed to be a lion?
Also doesn't look like a lion. It looks like a derpy puppy lion, I guess. Maybe.
I wonder how many people it took to bring down this brute. There's a small button on the base.
Yes, I saw it.
Just when I thought I'd seen it all. What will they think of next?
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Reminds me of the one in the Dupre house, except that one actually looked alive. There's a small button on the base.
Welcome to the Grip Zone Taxidermy
Jesus,
Shop.
this is very creepy.
Please enjoy our displays and be sure to consider us for all your taxidermy needs. Just a reminder, we stuff animals only.
You take the carcass of a thing that lived and you mount it somewhere. That is creepy enough on its own. I'm totally weirded out by that people do that. But to actually put them to perform, it's extremely creepy. You humans are really fucked up sometimes.
I was wondering if you might answer some questions for me.
Of course. What can I help you with?
I was told Ronan Lestat
That guy's
works
really
here.
white.
Do you know
God
him?
damn.
Ronan? Yes, of course. That is to say, I know he works here. I haven't had much interaction with him. He mostly keeps to himself.
Does he have an office or workspace I might have a look at?
Now, wait just a minute. Why would I let some random stranger off the street in to look at an employee's workspace?
Because I'm a private investigator and I'm trying to get some information.
Well, even if that is the case, I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ronan does have a workspace, but it's completely bare. He doesn't keep anything here.
Were you aware that Ronan was murdered 4 nights ago?
I had no idea. That's awful. What happened?
That's what I'm currently trying to find out. Do you know if Ronan had any enemies? Anyone who might want to do him harm?
No. As I said, I didn't speak with him much or know much about him. But now that I think about it, I did notice a strange man waiting around outside the shop a few days ago.
Tell me about this strange man you saw.
At the time, I didn't think much of him. But the more I recall, the more I realized he was being very suspicious.
What did he do?
He just stood outside across the street, but he seemed to be focusing on the building. It was as though he was waiting for someone.
Do you remember what this man looked like?
I didn't get a very good look at him, but I do remember some things. He was tall and had a heavy build, like a boxer or a dock worker. He had a beard, I think, or mutton chops at the very least. And as far as I can recall, he was wearing all black. He also had on some kind of cap. I'm sorry I can't give you a better description, but that's all I was able to distinguish. My eyesight isn't very good, I'm afraid.
It'll have to do. Thank you for your help.
More clues.
Anything you can tell me about the shop?
Plenty! This is New Britannia's most sophisticated taxidermy shop. Unlike other taxidermists, we work with modern technology to get results they could only dream of.
What does that mean exactly?
Using steam tech, we are able to create the illusion of life in these beasts. Just take a look at our floor samples. The parrot and gorilla are 2 of our finest works. They really speak for themselves. Well, the parrot does at least. I think it would frighten our customers if the gorilla did too. And once ethericity is harnessed as a viable source of energy, we'll get even better results.
This guy is way too excited about bringing dead things back to life.
Yes, fascinating. Moving on.
I mean, it's a pretty exciting thing. If we would actually do it reliable. No side effects.
So how did you get this job?
Oh, it isn't a terribly exciting story, I'm afraid. I just saw an ad in the Gazette for a clerk position. I never expected to learn so much about taxidermy.
I'm sure he's amazing conversation at parties.
Any thoughts on the recent election?
I'd really rather not talk about it. I don't know how the people of this country could put someone like Hart Leroy in charge.
I know what you mean. Leroy may be a champion of the common man, but Atwood's vision for the future
Oh
is
my
more
god, that's so
important right
funny.
I couldn't agree more. Leroy wants to forsake all the technological advances of the last decade and take us back to the Dark Ages. Next thing you know, he'll be bringing slavery back.
I doubt he'd go to such extremes.
Perhaps we should drop the subject. I get a bit passionate when it comes to these sorts of things.
Thank you for your help.
This is amazing.
Serve.
That scene on the election night was worth it just for this. For you to pick one of the two politicians and then have the character going, yeah, I know what you mean, that guy would really have been a better candidate, etc. That's, yeah, but funny. Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here, and in the next one we'll keep investigating all these people. For now though, thank you for watching. As usually, feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, like, all the good stuff. I'll see you next time with more Lamplight City. Have a good day. Have a good day. It's last night. Not good day. Bye.